SEC faces midnight deadline to appeal court ruling on Grayscale Bitcoin ETF. As the clock approaches midnight Eastern Time today, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) faces an important deadline to appeal a court order regarding Grayscale Investments Bitcoin ETF application. If the SEC takes no further action, Grayscale's application for converting its Bitcoin Trust GBTC into a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund ETF will automatically revive. A question of regulatory stance. 45 days ago, the D.C. Circuit Court of Appeals issued a strongly worded ruling against the SEC's initial rejection of Grayscale's application. The court described the regulatory body's decision as arbitrary and capricious, criticizing the SEC for treating spot Bitcoin ETFs differently from futures-based ETFs. The prevailing sentiment among industry experts is that the SEC will likely let the deadline pass, given the court's unambiguous stance. While the SEC's next move is highly anticipated, the agency still holds the cards. Legally, the SEC has the authority to prolong the dispute by finding other faults with Grayscale's application. This leaves the door open for further regulatory wrangling, potentially delaying the introduction of a mainstream Bitcoin investment product. Grayscale and the broader industry context. Grayscale initially submitted its application to convert its GBTC, currently managing around $17 billion in assets, into a spot Bitcoin ETF in October 2021. However, Grayscale is not alone in this endeavor. Other financial giants like BlackRock and Fidelity are also awaiting the SEC's decision on their respective Bitcoin ETF applications. GBTC remains operationally ready to convert to an ETF upon appropriate regulatory approvals, said Jennifer Rosenthal, a spokeswoman for Grayscale, last Friday. The SEC's decision will have a broad impact on market dynamics and investor participation. Even if the application gets approved, numerous questions remain about when the first Bitcoin ETF product will become operational and who will launch it. Approvals from the SEC are complex, involving multiple divisions within the agency. David Duong, head of institutional research at Coinbase Institutional, suggested that the markets have at least partially priced in the SEC's eventual approval. As the SEC grapples with its decision-making process regarding Bitcoin ETFs, the stakes go beyond a single application or financial product. The agency's choice could serve as a litmus test for its broader approach to cryptocurrency regulation, potentially shaping the U.S. crypto market for years to come. With other financial heavyweights like BlackRock and Fidelity also in the queue for ETF approvals, the SEC's next move could either open the floodgates for mainstream crypto investment options or send a cautionary signal to the industry.